Hi everybody, it's Laquita. I wanted to share with you today some items that I made for a swap that I'm doing with the talented Olivia Hernandez. Hi Olivia. Um, Olivia and I decided to do this swap quite some time ago, but life just kind of gets in the way and we kept pushing it out and pushing it out. And so finally, we're both, I think, ready to put our things in the mail. And Olivia is a very sweet, dear sweet lady and so talented. I'm blessed to be able to do a swap with her. If you don't know her, I'll leave a link so you can go over to her channel and get to know her. But I can't imagine anybody not knowing Olivia. She participates in just pretty much all of the challenges, and her work is just awesome. So what we agreed to swap was a Christmas ornament and a lace holder, like a book kind of a holder with pockets inside to put your laces in. So what you're looking at right here is the little box that I made to hold the ornament because it's not something that you probably would leave out all the time, a Christmas ornament. So I wanted to make a holder that didn't look Christmassy, and that way she can leave it out all the time and the ornament is inside. So I just used a paper mache box and I've covered the bottom of it, and you can see the outside of the box with a music paper, and then just embellished all around with laces and beads and trims. And the top, I've got a couple of handmade roses there, and then this one was one that I bought, and then there's a loopy flower and a few little ribbon roses and some pearls and bling and all that kind of stuff. So, and then of course a knob, like a drawer pull. So inside is the ornament, and then I also finished inside of the lid. It's got a velvet fabric, a white velvet fabric here with just a little bit of embellishment and trim inside. And then tucked inside is the ornament. Before I show you that, I'll just show you the rest of the box. You know, I like to make my boxes with the fabric loose inside, and it just makes for a snug fit for whatever you're going to put inside. And this is the ornament that I altered. It is a glass ornament, and you can see I've gone around the top of it with a little bit of rhinestone trim, and then I've got little tiny bling flowers here and there, and then just covered it with snippets of lace bits. And then I've also got little organza flowers that I've made. You can see one right there, you can see the edge of it. But just little flowers that you can see them sticking out all around. And then hanging at the bottom, I've got some pearls dangling down at the bottom. So that's the ornament and the little box that it goes in. And then next I'll show you the lace holder. And as I mentioned, it is a holder. It's made like a book, but it doesn't have pages in it. It just has pockets inside. But I did the outside of it like in a crazy quilt style. And I didn't do a lot of embroidery work on here. It's just a little bit. I've done a little bit of bead work there, and you could see some of my embroidery work there. And the rest of it is pretty much appliques and laces and things like that. And then at the bottom there's lots of dangling fringe, and there's also a leaf dangle in there. And then on the edge I've got some dangling pearls, and then on the back it just continues with the crazy quilt style. And I've got a applique of a butterfly there, and this is a leaf that I did. I saw something like this on Pinterest and I thought I would try it. So one side of it is done in French knots and the other side is done in pearls. And then some of my embroidery work there, and that's pretty much it for the outside. And then for the closure, I've got this gorgeous button that I got from Donna Little, and then it just has this loop that's made out of pearls and beads. So inside, you'll see the 2 pockets. Hopefully I can get this back far enough so that you can see it all. But here are the pockets. It's one continuous piece of large lace that goes all the way across, and then I've just put a trim down the middle to divide it into 2 pockets, and filled it, of course, with laces. And then so that's one lace, and then this is another lace across the bottom here, and then I've used some loopy flowers that I've put in each of the center of those flowers. And then at the edge of this trim, I've also got beads that are dangling down, and so they're kind of falling inside of the pleated fabric that's hanging down there. But so that's it. That's pretty much it. It's got a trim going around the edge to finish it off, and then, like I said, it's got some things in the pockets there for her. So that is the lace holder. So one other thing, now those were the 2 things that we agreed to make, and so I decided to make her a few other things. I'm going to show you a couple of them. I was at an antique mall, and I found this gorgeous lady's hanky that had this O and all of the work around it, which is embroidered onto it, and I thought it was perfect. I had to have it for Olivia. And then I've added the trim that goes around the edge. And I've also added some tiny little beads. I don't know if you'll be able to see them, but they do add just a tiny bit of sparkle to it. And then the book is done in the same style as the cover of the lace holder, where I did it in a crazy quilt style. I did a little bit more embroidery work on this one, just a little bit here, and there's a little bit on the back. There's a little bit right there, but mostly I've added applique laces, pieces like flowers, and then a little bit of lace and stuff on there. But I've got a button that has some beads hanging from it here, and then a couple of different trims going around the edge. There's another applique rose right there, or applique rose, and then on the back a little bit more of embroidery work, but not much, a few buttons, and then just a lot of laces and trims. And then I've got a pretty dainty lace that goes across the front edge there. And then on the inside, this book has images of mothers and daughters, and it's all done in creams and whites and some avocado dyed laces and trims. So I'm just going to flip through it. I mean, it's the normal thing that you see in most of our books, where there's just lots of different laces and appliques and doilies and things like that. And I've done some bead work in here, some handmade flowers there and here, and the rest is just things that, I've just added that I had in my stash, some different laces and things like that. So this page, most of the things on these 2 pages are done, they're avocado dyed, and there's a beautiful bridal trim here at the bottom. And so that's those pages. I'm also made a ruffle that I put along the edge here out of it's like a crepe type fabric there. And then just more images and more laces and doilies and trims, and there's actually some little resin roses on here, and I've added some pearls, a pearl strand, and then this dainty little lace that goes around the edge there. And so it's got lots of dangles, and this is a vintage lace that I've used right here. And so that's it. So that's the book. And let me show you one more thing, and then we'll let you go. Okay, the other thing I'm going to show you here is it's like a Tussie mussie that I made. And this one has, it's all made out of fabric, no paper mache in this one. And at the bottom, I've got tassels and fringe. I've got a net trim, this beautiful pink applique piece here. I believe I bought from Neary. And the entire thing is covered in, it's covered in a, it's actually covered in pieces. I've cut apart different appliques and just completely covered it. So it's just done in little sections everywhere. And then I've got a tiny little dainty trim that goes around the edge there. And it also has, I don't know if you can see it sparkling, it has, it's like an eyelash trim, but it's one that has a sparkle to it. And then the handle is done in beads, pearls and clear beads. And then this one also has a zipper down the front, and it does work. And so it opens up, and what I have attached inside is, this is another ornament that I have dangling. It's attached with a stick pin here. So I'll just take that out for the minute so you can see it a little bit better. It's a little heart-shaped glass ornament, and I've put some little bridal trims and a few little rosebuds on there. And then also in there is a card, a tag, and it has an image you can see there of Santa Claus with his mule and sleigh. And then I've just embellished it with lots of different flowers and a little bit of cheesecloth and some applique flowers. And there's a note on the back for Olivia. And then also tucked in here is this beautiful little doily. It's a nice size doily, and it's trimmed in a light pink, and so I wanted to include that. And then also inside there is an image of a little girl there, and it says Merry Christmas on there. And I've gone around the image with the same little snippets that I've used to cover the outside, and then I've gone down the inside of it right there. So those are the things that I'm going to send along. I have a couple other things, but they're just small things, so I'll let Olivia show those to you when she receives it. So of course, by the time this video gets posted, Olivia will have already received her gift. So I just wanted to share them with you, and thank you all so much for watching, and take care. I'll talk to you again later. Bye.